I wanted to walk you through a little bit of the work on, all right, so I've got it on my schedule thing here. You're going to, in order to work in it, want to enable editing. And I sort of made a boo-boo and didn't save it here. So when it launches for you, it's going to launch, I think, on the second or third or fourth week. And notice I'm down here navigating all the various tabs. There's an intro and caveats tab that I want you to pay attention to. And this talks about how this schedule works, and it gives you a better introduction to me and who I am and what I'm looking for from students. I'm not looking for perfection, but I am looking for solid academic work, real thought. Um, I'm probably overly political myself, but when I listen to MSNBC and I listen to Fox, I get two different stories on the same on the same issue. Um, I am not certain I can believe either of them. So what I've got to do is dig in and find out some more for myself. And that's basically what I'm trying to get you to do. Um, anyway. All right, so let's not spend too much time there, but read this. It gives you some idea who I am, the expectations of the class. But basically, what I've done is I've set out in an Excel spreadsheet, which you should be able to print out. Each one of these sheets is set to print essentially pretty much so that you can print it out. It should be 4 pages or 5 pages. You'll have to print each page individually. You notice I've got a whole bunch of parent hyperlinks. Let me show you a couple of them aren't really hyperlinks. They just move you to a different section in the paper, particularly in the second 4 weeks. I've got a link, see text box. It takes you to the text box over here that kind of explains what's going on. I've got the same thing. No. I get you. Let's see. Case presentation. Oh, that takes. So here's what they do. A lot of them take you out to my YouTube site. Okay. Here is, and I don't wear a bow tie every time I talk. All right, but I want to look more at the schedule itself. So some of them will link you to a text box. And I think this one will take us to this text box case presentation. So notice we're in the second 4 weeks. I've tried to put a 3 after it, a 2 after it, the last 4 weeks. Let's look at this. One of the things you're going to find in this class is there's a lot more detailed and maybe heavy work early. It doesn't get easier, but it gets a little less burdensome. So, if you can make it through the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, you've got a good chance. You've got to work hard the whole semester, though. This is not a softball class. This is, as far as I'm concerned, an introductory or if not absolutely, a junior, senior level class. So my expectations are you can do work at or about the introductory master's level. I think A students tend to be at least 2 years ahead of grade in terms of real ability. Seniors are ready to enter the workforce. They're ready to do big work. Anyway, so walk through all this stuff. Its basic outline is I put all the reading stuff over here to give you an idea of what we've got to do in those projects. I've given you a different introductory video that talks about that. And so I'm not going to waste time here, but this is what the format's going to stay relatively the same. But one of the things that happens is the Wall Street Journal doesn't begin till week 3. It only lasts 5 weeks, then we're done. In week 3, I give you a suggestion here that you ought to go look at the test. If we're looking at the class itself, and I'm going to use simply because it's a little easier for me, I'm going to use UMSL as our prototype. First thing you're going to see when you go into assignments is test 1. Go right in there. This is available right now. You can start that test immediately. The key is you get to save your answers. Do not, repeat again, do not submit until you are finished with the test. All right, so where were we? We were here. All right, so what I've done, I've given you kind of shorthand versions of everything you ought to be doing. This is to keep you on schedule. We have at least at UMSL, we've got someone who can help us, but her primary role is just to keep you on schedule. If there are technical issues, she's a little bit better than I am at ironing that out. But anyway, that's basically it on this schedule. You just need to kind of go, okay, what do I need to do in the first 4 weeks? What do I need to do? And, I figure you can figure out what the first 4 weeks are and what the next 4 weeks are. I didn't put dates in here, but you can see as we're going that we get maybe a little less work, a little less intensive work each time we go in. By the time we're in the last 4 weeks, we're really polishing up the LRP, making final posts in the Titanic. Maybe I should have modified. I think I got to make a final modification to this. So this won't be how it is, because there really shouldn't be. I should be making notes. I guess I'm glad I looked at this now. This will change from what you're going to be working at. But noticing here in the LRP and the Titanic, I'm telling you, get it all up to speed. And I'll modify these things, but that's going to go away. Here we're really looking at, we're going to be, well, maybe not. Yeah, actually, I'll probably leave those there. I'll modify these over here probably, but notice in the mock trial, I'm going to have to be a little up in the air about how we do the last 3 to 4 weeks of it. And I'll have separate videos that talk more about it. But I wanted you to realize that, this is a valuable tool. You should probably save it to a hard drive, to your desktop, and to the cloud. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.